Hey there YouTube, I'm Heinz, welcome back to Dadlifting. I just wanted to post a quick video with some footage from my trip, my business trip to Texas this week. Consider it maybe like a practice vlog. In a few weeks I'm going to go to Miami for a conference and I plan to do more sort of camera facing vlog work. So in this video I'm just going to share some of the footage that I took while I was there. It doesn't include a lot of me aside from the lifting part, but maybe I'll talk over it and it'll make sort of sense as Hey everybody, good morning. It's around 5:40 a.m. I've got to leave. I've got to get in the car and go to the airport for a 2-day business trip. My family is asleep right now, but anyway, I thought I would highlight a few items I'm going to bring along for my road trip. First of all, for the car ride, a yogurt. Then I've got a couple more perishable items that I will eat today. So that includes a couple of boiled eggs, about 240 grams of chicken, and then the rest of these items I'll just sort of bring along on the trip just to have with me if I need a quick hit of protein or whatever. So that's a few Quest bars and a few venison sticks, and then one of these pieces of bread. So everything else I can just sort of get along the way on my per diem. I'm probably going to eat out a few times, but as long as I have these items with me, I should be good to go in hitting my macros. So yeah, that's it. Good morning. I'm off to the airport. I'll see you guys later. But on this video, I want to talk about two things while I'm showing some training footage and whatnot in the background. Those two things are training when you're not feeling 100% up to it health-wise, and then training when you have a really hectic schedule like with travel. Basically, it can be summed up as you still have to get some training done, do what you can. So I wasn't feeling 100% up to lifting weights this week. I had a really heavy cold on my Tuesday session, but I still got the work in. So I still did a training session. I just did a little bit lighter weight than I would have otherwise. So it was a heavy deadlift day. I worked up to a single at 375, which is 10 pounds less than my single last week and probably 15-20 pounds less than I would have done if I was feeling 100%. So I'm trying to make progress in that lift. I've gained a lot of mass lately and I want to put it to work and build some strength. So I would like to progress that single every week to a higher number, but I just couldn't do it this week and my body wasn't ready to lift heavy. I just focused on getting the work in based on my strength that day, as opposed to pushing myself too far and maybe risking some injury or risking just further sickness and debilitation. So the second point I want to make with this video relates to traveling for business. So I do two types of business travel as a fund manager. First, I go to conferences to meet with executives of publicly traded companies in my sector. These conferences happen in the same places at the same times every year. One of them is coming up in Miami in a couple of weeks. Mentioned that a second ago. Others happen in like New York, Las Vegas, Dallas, a few other places. So the other type of travel I do is marketing travel. So that's where I'm going to meet with various institutions or individuals, trying to convince them to put money into our strategy and into our funds that we have in the marketplace. Much different kind of travel because it pops up on short notice and it can be anywhere in the world. So, from Australia to Japan to a tiny town in Missouri like Jefferson City to Cincinnati, wherever. So that's the type of travel I did this week. And on these trips I will usually travel with another guy from the office, from the marketing team. Sometimes, though, if the meeting's big enough, it'll be like 4 or 5 of us that are going to this one meeting. So this trip was just me and another guy for one night, 2 days in Texas. So I took an early morning flight Wednesday from Philadelphia to Dallas. I didn't have enough time to train ahead of time, but I wanted to get some work in on Wednesday. So Wednesday was when I was trying to train because I knew that I wouldn't be able to train Thursday, and then Friday would be the final day of the training week. So I trained 4 days a week. This was going to be day 3, so I needed to get some work in. The good thing about this trip was that we kind of lucked out. I didn't have meetings until 3:30 p.m., but we'd already booked the flight. So we get there at like 10:30. I've got several hours to train, so I knew that ahead of time. And so I took an Uber straight from the airport to D-Town CrossFit, a barbell place. I mean, it's a CrossFit gym, but it has an area in the back where you can do open gym, and it's a pretty cool, chill place where they let you kind of do what you want. I really like that place, and I'd been there before, but if it's another city, I would have just done some research and found a barbell place, and most of them are pretty chill, and you can just kind of go in there and drop in. So I dropped in there, got a workout in. It was squats, beltless, it was slingshot bench, it was incline bench. It was a really good workout, and then showered, quickly went on to meet my colleague for lunch, and then we went to the meeting, and then it was straight to the airport to fly to Houston. We got in, we ate dinner, went to sleep at the hotel, and then so the next morning I had pre-arranged to meet up with a friend of mine who's also in the finance field. He's like a hedge fund manager, and he's got a club in the area. He's like a CrossFit guy, and so it was like, just, you know, we talked ahead of time a few times, and he was going to be the guy who planned our workout for the day, and it was going to be, you know, just whatever CrossFit thing he was doing that day, and that's a great way to sort of shake things up. It's also fun to just kind of meet other people and network a little bit. So that worked out really well because he picked me up at 5:30 in the morning and went straight to his club, got a workout in. It was a quick workout. He dropped me back off at the hotel, which was very nice of him. It was like 7:15. I was able to shower and actually respond to a media request for a Bloomberg article, and still have time to be ready to go at 8:15 to leave the hotel for our meetings. Then we did a few other meetings, got on the airplane, flew back, and then it was, you know, I got in a lift on Friday at my house. So everything was on track, despite having a heavy head cold on Tuesday, and despite, you know, traveling through 4 different airports on Wednesday and Thursday, and through two different cities. So I still got a lot of training in for the week. This marketing trip was a little bit unusual because it was to my home state of Texas and to areas where I knew people and I knew gyms. But I've traveled all over, and I've been able to find barbell gyms in places like Tokyo, Cincinnati, Ohio, Seattle, Washington. Wherever I'm at, you can find a place to work out. So with the internet, the proliferation of CrossFit and barbell gyms everywhere, there really is no excuse. There's no place you can go in the world where you can't find a place to get some work in and make progress toward your goals. So that's it. I just wanted to try to show in this video that you can have it all. You can have a demanding job, demanding travel schedule, a demanding family, and still get in the work you need to get in. So with that note, stay tuned to this channel, subscribe to the videos, and we'll see you next time. Keep it on the DL.